Croeso I sianel Blaid Llwyd. Welcome back to San Vicente. It's more from Ocean Avenue. You know, it's kind of chilly and winter for me, so why not do something set on a beach? A nice change. And if those of you who happen to watch the Backbone video, we have had some warmer weather. It's been all the way up to minus 20, so the dogs have been out walking a lot more and running around the yard. We just have to make the most of it, because according to that, Christmas Eve, it's going to be very, very chilly for Father Christmas. It's minus 40. We'll see anyway. Okay, enough of the weather forecast. Let's get back to the story. It's been a while. We got some great news for you. Oh? Spill. We finally got a weekly reservation in the Harrington Theatre. No way, this will be our first time we actually have a school building to practice in. Is that a big deal here? Big deal? It's the mecca of our performing arts here. There are so many programs vying for times there, and only half of them ever get it. You don't know how relieved I am. Now I don't have to keep all the equipment at my place. Yeah, most of that stuff is my instruments. It's not like you pack lightly either. Fox gives a huff as he readjusts the keyboard he's holding. Well, let me keep my stuff there now. I asked them about that. They reserved 5 lockers for our club. We just have to fill out some papers for our first session. That applies to the entire booking. The lockers are simply a perk of the deal. And guys, that sounds amazing. Congrats on that. Oh, thanks. And we couldn't have done it without her. So, what's in it for me? Well, you can stop by sometime and watch us practice. The fox snapped his fingers, pointing to Vic. Maybe I can invite him backstage sometime. Johnny. Ah, thank you, sir. I don't do drugs. We're not that mainstream. Oh, good to know, I guess. Does it mean you start snorting coke once you hit it big? I would never do drugs. Seriously, Day. Remember when we went to Benny's last week and you snorted that sugar packet? That's because you dared me for $10. Kenny, how could you? I was under the influence of no sleep and... You shouldn't be going out with theatre kids at night, especially at Ben to a Benny's. They're always up to no good. And you would know how? Experience. Anytime we went out again, there's always some drama club reenacting the latest musical or something. We're also having a few tunes. The ability to eat in peace. You're eating like it's a sacred ritual. You know what they say, treat your body like it's your temple. I can see Johnny's eyes praising him like one. I don't blame the guy. If they served you food in the process, would that made it any better? Oh man, dinner theatre, count me in. Your stands of eating in peace sure went out the window. I've seen drama kids come into Benny's a few times before. One night Marcus and I were there and this audacious human jumped up on their table. They nearly knocked the tray out of the waitress's hand when they swung their arms out. I was scared of the state of my burger. For good reason. I don't know about you, but I'd have thrown hands if my burger got ruined. You know they could always make it again free of charge. But they take forever to make. Well, I think another 10 minutes is going to kill you. You don't know my stomach. I'm not sure how much you do either. What did you just say? Why you? The hyena grabs the line and puts him in a headlock, ruffling up his mane. And not my hair. I need my help, Kenny? Maybe. Worry no longer. Super Fox is here to save the day. The Red Fox barges into the fight, intervening with a headlock. Looks like we got a three-way battle on our hands. Will Super Fox save the day, or will he meet his fate at the hands of the tank? If I have to give theatre kids one thing, it's their improv skills. Hold on, I just assumed they all did theatre. I let the scene unfold in front of me for another minute before stepping in. Sorry to interrupt this amazing battle, but I never asked. Danny and Johnny, do both of you also do theatre? Do we do theatre? Ha! We were born into theatre, moulded by it. He puts on a brooding face, raising a fist in front of his face and clenching it. Yeah, we're also theatre majors like Kenny. That's how we became friends. Eventually, you have so many classes together, the same people, it's only a matter of time before you befriend them. If you deem them worthy. Hooray, I'm worthy. Oh, come on, Kenny, how can I not like you? You're quite the cool cat. You just like him for his instruments. Well, that's not true. He's also a pretty good singer. I think you're exaggerating. I'm serious, you're great. You'll show us tonight, right, Kenny? Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure I'll make a fool of myself trying. I'm terrible with lyrics. Lucky for you, we have a karaoke machine. I don't think that's going to help with my voice. Well, I'm sure none of us here outside of Kenny's clever natural singers. We can always sing together if you're really worried. Yeah, I'll think about it. I'm blushing just thinking about it. Oh, just an offer. All right. I'll give it a shot, but be prepared to cringe. Speaking of which... Marcus leans over to Danny. Oh, make sure Vic doesn't get a hold of the mic, okay? Hey! You can serenade me any day. You're just asking for a death sentence, aren't you? That's how people perish to the sirens. I'm pretty sure they died for a different reason. Johnny shakes his head. Things drop off there before Kenny, of all people, picks up the conversation. I should probably head back now. I don't want my keyboard to overheat out here. Yeah, probably not a good idea to keep it out in the sun for too long. Especially on top of the sand. This stuff heats things up like a microwave. Yeah. Anyway, it was nice seeing you guys again. Yeah, it's great meeting you two today. Well, I'm looking forward to tonight. See you all then. The Red Fox and Main Wolf head off, leaving Kenny to pick up his encased keyboard from the sand. You have a fun group of friends, Kenny. Oh, thanks. How do they know Marcus and Vic? They come to some of our volleyball tournaments the route is on. Yeah, even Vic and a few of the varsity guys come occasionally. That's how I met them. Gave them one of their home tournaments last year and they showed up with a poster for Kenny. I wish I had that same love freshman year. You're just jealous I got a poster. Oh, maybe. But seriously, I don't want this keyboard to fry. I spent a lot on this thing. Right. I should get going too. Hasta luego. The two head off in different directions, assumably towards their homes. Sounds like we're going to get some more exercise tonight. Alright. At least it won't be too draining. I hope singing isn't that draining. Well, it probably won't be. The two of us almost start heading off before realising we have to take down the courts and collect the balls. The endeavour takes us another 15 minutes, but after that we are finally off. We don't talk much most of the walk home. Still a stray thought crosses my mind that I break the silence. When did you meet Danny and Johnny? Marcus readjusts the ball bag he's carrying. Oh, about the same time as Vic. I saw them at a tournament or two supporting Kenny, so the second time they came I struck up a conversation with them. Turns out the three that made the trip together also made it a vacation since they're in Los Lujos. I can see why. If Kenny was a freshman and assuming they're about the same age, wouldn't they be too young to gamble? Yeah, doesn't stop most young adults. That's cool though, you got to play in Los Lujos. Well, it's an annual tournament they do leading up to the national tournament. It was more than just his friends that turned into a party weekend. And I'm sure you, the goody two-shoes, abstained from all of that. What happens Lujos stays in Lujos. I'm really looking forward to joining your club team. Other than that, we run dry of things to talk about for the rest of the way. Once we get back, Marcus and I make our own things that hold us over until the dinner at Danny's house. From there, we get freshened up and are ready to go by 7:40. Well, ready when you are. Okay. I finish lacing up my pair of midnight blue sneakers. Once I'm done, I get it from the common room chair and let the German Shepherd lead the way. Marcus spends the next 20 minutes guiding me through the adjacent neighbourhoods. We arrive at the beachside house pretty much at 8 on the dot. That dog is automatic when it comes to his destinations. Oh, hey Marcus, come on in. I follow the other two in, closing the door behind me. As we come in, we see Johnny, once again doing the heavy lifting, bringing a bucket of drinks, both hard and soft, out to the backyard. Danny follows behind with an additional pack of drinks. Kenny leads us out to the backyard, which turns out to be a communal pool area, connected to about 6 or so other houses' backyards. We'll wait on Ruben at the pizza, so dinner may be delayed for a bit. Well, not a problem. Thank God I snacked before this. So, why are we going out back? With how many people Kenny invited from practice today, there should be enough room inside for all of us. Well, we did invite our clubmates over too, so we're looking at... Kenny looks over to Danny, who's unloading the cardboard pack into the bucket. Hey Danny, how many coming to the night from the Worldvision gang? Oh, I think it was about... Danny starts counting on her fingers, mouthing out a few names, including Johnny's. Like 4 plus us. Oh, thanks. I was just wondering why we were doing it out back. Oh, that's because the acoustics are better out here for a group setting. Plus we have a special performance tonight. Mind if I ask what that entails? Actually, we want to keep that a secret until it happens. Oh, trust me, you'll love it. It better not be what I think it is. The fox says from a distance, bringing over a kit of wireless microphones towards one of the tables. As soon as he sets the kit down, we hear someone knocking on the door. I'll get it. The lion turns back and heads inside. Of course you provide more drinks for us. Oh, can I say, this boy likes to pack a punch. Don't worry, we didn't bring spiked punch this time. We just brought the liquor itself like Danny requested. The ensemble strides in, putting the bottles on the kitchen table, coming out to greet us. Not to be a party pooper or anything, but would this be something Ruben disapproves of? Liquor, I mean. You know, because of Danny. I try my best to laugh off the concern in a joking fashion. All I get are confused looks between the group in response. I mean, Bixie's your older brother wants to protect you and stuff. You're not helping your case. Oh, no, I get it. He's not that staunch. He doesn't want me going to shady events, that's all. Hey, Evan, I got this email from my landlord. You mind helping me out with it? Sure. Marcus turns his back to the group and lowers his voice. Well, you should keep talking about him. Is it a sore topic for her? Well, sorta, I guess. Sorry about that. Did I go too far? Oh, I wouldn't pry her on it. All right. I peek over to the group who seems to have moved on to something else. Marcus gets my attention again. About the email. It isn't real, is it? Well, now you're catching on. I don't know why I got so invasive that topic. I thought people loved to shit on their siblings. Well, at least I do, having 3 of them. Well, true, my brother and I go back and forth sometimes. From that side's perspective, I'm not sure if I would classify it as that. Well, I give you credit for trying to break the ice. I ended up falling into it head first. Oh, don't beat yourself up over it. Not everyone is on the same terms with their siblings. You're probably the best example here. Right. I didn't think anybody else had it like him, or at least similar to him, somewhat. God, I'm spouting nonsense. Now take it easy, man. We all slip up from time to time. Besides, we're partying tonight. Let loose a little. Last time I did that, we all know what happened. Well, just like last time, I can carry you home. Only if you need me to. Is he hitting on me? We're both still sober. If you really want, you can stop by my place anytime. Come on, that was a good one. Speaking of alcohol, I want anything to drink. Oh, yeah. Could you get me a Shorty? Sure. And if they don't have that? Oh, just a Dick's Hard Lemonade. The black cherry flavour? You know me too well. Well, it is my favourite flavour too. I head over the ice-filled bucket and start searching for a Shirley. No luck. Now get your hand off my dicks. Ah! I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you. I'm more of an ale type of guy. Mr. Eyes, I'm just getting one for Selma. Oh. I look right and realise Selma has been there the whole time. Do you also like black cherry? I'm more of a watermelon sugar kind of gal. Do you seriously not know my favourite flavour? I'm still looking for it. Right. Vic fishes a pink glass bottle from the bucket handed over the Arctic Fox. Thanks. I'll enjoy my dicks in peace. Not without me, you ain't. I'll stay quiet on that. We're just joking about the dicks thing. Yeah, we do that sometimes. Hey, don't worry about it. I totally get what you mean. The 3 of us nod, having nothing else to say. I fish out the drink Marcus requested earlier. I raise the glass so the German Shepherd can see and walk over to us. Having fun over here? I sure are. Well, as long as Selma and Evan are having fun, then that's good. Hey, what about me? Your fun is the antithesis of mine. Why must you bask in my suffering? Because you push my buttons. In that case... Vic starts poking around in Mark's body, jabbing him in various spots with his index fingers. You stop that. Why don't you stop picking on me? You're literally picking on me. Say it. Fine, I'll stop. See, pushing buttons fixes things. Is this how you got out of working tonight? Oh yeah, and his teammate's working a match right now. Well, explain yourself. With my smooth communication skills, I managed to get out of working this week. Which means you'll probably have to do next week instead. Was this how Reuben got the short end of the stick? Bingo. I'm sure Danny will thank you later. Well, I have to say, that was pretty clever. Clever things come from clever people. Well, not always. Vic holds out his index fingers, ready to poke Marcus again. Oh, I guess you're the exception. You're the idiot who says smart things. Am I really an idiot if I say smart things? Looks like I came out victorious. He really destroyed you there with facts and logic. And don't get me started on that. You had to deal with that crowd too? Why, did I? We both did. Growing up in Oak Hills, we had a fair share of them as classmates. Vic starts searching through the ice bucket again and pulls out a light yellow cuddle bottle. A Mars banquet, my favourite. How did he know? The hyena starts to blush a little. I'm not sure if he's hamming it up or not. That is a genuinely nice thing for Kenny to remember. Hey, Kenny! Vic's booming voice echoes off the neighbouring walls of the pool area. The lion peeks his head out of his circle to acknowledge us. Yeah? A great choice. He raises the can and gives it a little shake. Oh, Danny picked out what's in there. I had nothing to do with it. In that case. Thanks, Danny! Jesus, he's going to get a noise complaint called on us. No problem. Alicia doesn't seem to mind. I mean, it is her place. It takes him a few more minutes to finish setting up the monitor and mics. But after that, their group of who I assume to be the other Worldvision club mates flock over to us at the makeshift cooler. Some of it I bought today, or the rest is what we had in the fridge. I'm sure Reuben won't mind you taking one of his moors. I can't wait to see the look on his face. This man is chaotic. I got it. Might as well get myself something during this impromptu intermission. From the bucket I pick up my own bottle of Dick's hard lemonade, the black cherry flavour, and twist off the cap. Oh, save some for the rest of us. Come on, it's only a first one. There's only 3 of each flavour in the pack I bought. It'd be best if it saves some for the rest of us. I guess you have a point. No need to feel guilty over it. That's just how they come. For the next minute or so, we continue to make small talk, throwing in comments here and there until we spot a lanky pizza boy bringing dinner out back to us, along with some new guests. Hey, that's my beer. So? He takes a swig as soon as he finishes his sentence. First you leave me working again, now you're stealing my beer? Relax, buddy. Vic scoops out another can of the same colour from the ice bucket and tosses it to the main wolf right after he places the pizza boxes down. That was the last one. No, it wasn't. We have more in the fridge. And we also have our own liquor, too. Vic points to the Keeler and vodka bottles placed side by side on the kitchen table inside. You're safe for now. For not being an actor, he sure likes to ham it up. I don't think he's hamming it up, Kenny. I still can't believe you two are related. Oh, we really love his stuff. It still boggles my mind that he joined our club. Yeah, he has made a name for himself. Seriously, humble he's still with us. He's kind of our lame claim to fame, honestly. Why do I relate? Being this close to varsity athletes is amazing. Normally they keep to themselves and break away from most lower level athletes like me. Are you going to eat or not? The group heads over to the table, now filled with plates and pizza boxes. We spend the next few minutes eating before Danny and Johnny finish up and take centre stage on their makeshift stage. Welcome to our unofficial Worldvision Tribute Contest. We are here to show our love for the amazing song contest that has stood the test of time. 6 decades, in fact. Why, how the time flies. Tonight we'll be continuing our own annual tradition that we do more than once a year. Well, we host our own version of the contest. The twist here is that whoever participates, at your own risk, must choose a song for our Worldvision karaoke playlist. It's an ever-expanding playlist that has been created with the help of our club's musicians, past and present, such as Kenny. Danny extends her arm out to indicate where Kenny is sitting. The group gives a brief applause to show their appreciation for the lion. Sounds like a big thing to work on. Good for him. As of now, the list contains all karaoke versions of songs from the first contest up to 1999, along with many songs from each of the following years. Let's just say, some of us are not as passionate for the Dark Ages. The Dark Ages? I turn to Kenny, who seemed to have a look of slight disdain. The early 2000s. Oh. The lion shudders as he recalls it. Guess you could say that about a lot of things from that era. Some of us, aka our club members that showed up, all have at least one song they'll be performing. To determine the order of those pre-submitted choices, the order was drawn by lots. You mean a random number generator? Close enough. But don't fret, anyone who wants to participate tonight can do so afterwards on a first-come, first-served basis. Tonight we'll be limited to 8 songs. After that we'll have open mic. At that point only God can judge you. But for our 8 entries, we'll have each person here tonight vote for their top 3 favourite performances. We'll break down the voting procedure once all our participants have gone. Danny clasps her hands together. So, with that mouthful out of the way, let's begin. Want to do the honours, Johnny? Sure. The red fox walks over to a nearby table and from it swipes a clipboard with papers. Our first entry, coincidentally, is a duet by me and Danny. I can see Reuben grimace at the statement. The song is titled Standing in the Rain by Cool Eyes. Let's hear it from me and Danny. He shrugs the statement off and grins, as if he wasn't just rubbing his ego. Danny fetches a mic while Johnny sets up the TV, selecting their song. At least I think that's what they're doing. The TV's facing them, not us. Ready? Yep. Yes, we're going to listen to all the songs in this contest. Only thing is, you won't hear me singing them. A, because it's incredibly difficult to do an unrehearsed song in several different voices. And B, I can't sing at all. Just ask Dirk sometime. The red fox hits a button on the remote. Johnny continues pretending to ignore Danny. Holy shit, Johnny just got yeeted into the pool. Next thing I hear is Reuben cheering. Everyone gives the duo a round of applause. Johnny swims his way to shore and steps out of the water. He picks up the nearest towel, drying himself off as Danny begins to speak. We can take 5 to dry up the performing area. Kenny chuckles to himself. I wonder what he's laughing about. Hey, what's so funny? Oh, nothing. Just there's originally me who was going to get shoved into the pool. Really? Yeah. I tanked out because I thought it was too dangerous for me. I'm not the most graceful dancer, so disaster would have been inevitable. Yikes, I wouldn't have expected you to be dancing anyway. What do you mean by that? You wouldn't want to risk your volleyball career by doing something stupid. I guess you could call Johnny's stunt stupid. But in reality, if I performed with Dan instead, she wouldn't have pushed me in. I'd have just brought out my keyboard and performed on that. Like you did earlier today. Exactly. I love playing this song on my synth, but I got a better one than I'm playing with her tonight. Can you tell me what it is? Kenny blinks. He looks over to Danny and Johnny. Need any help, Danny? Sure. You'll have to wait and find out. The lion grabs a few rags and helps Danny dry up the performance area. After that, Johnny, dried off but still a bit damp, retrieves the microphone and returns to centre stage with the maned wolf. That was song number 1, Standing in the Rain. After that performance, some of us may have gotten wet from that rain. Or in your case, drenched. Nevertheless, we're just getting started. On deck we have 7 songs remaining. The next song will be performed by Lauren. A few of the guys give a quick cheer for her. Who will be singing Now I Live, an underrated world classic from the 80s. And now it lives on through this performance. Give it up for Lauren. The whole crowd chimes in to cheer this time. A short, wavy-haired girl walks past the backyard and stands a few feet behind the mic stand Johnny set up for her. Let me know when you're ready. We are going to listen to Lauren's song. She gives him a thumbs up, and a few seconds later the song starts playing. Lauren does a few shoulder shakes, then does a quick 4-step shuffle to the mic stand. Lauren begins to snap her fingers to the beat, pacing back and forth in the process. Lauren starts the clap, encouraging the audience to join in. Two guys I don't know from the group give enthusiastic cheers for Lauren, while the rest of us gives varying levels of applause. Lauren takes a bow for us and heads back to a chair. The same two guys try to get a fist bump from her, to which she half-heartedly fist bumps back. Our two hosts return, clapping before they grab their mics and resuming the contest. Johnny resumes as the applause dies down. Once again, that was Now I Live, performed tonight by Lauren. Originally performed by Hope, was the 1986 Henna entry. Those lyrics were kinda janky. Many of the older foreign entries were in their native tongue. Translating everything to something lyrical is always a bit of a challenge. No wonder. Some of the lines didn't even rhyme. It may not come out perfect, but as long as it's carrying the message of the original, it's fine. Even at the cost of how the song sounds. That's the last resort thing to do. Usually you try to find synonyms or get something close in syllables to keep the beat going. Oh. Good to know. Like you will ever make something good. Are you good? Yeah, I'm fine. Let's move on to our third entry. Tonight's third entry will be performed by Brock and Wayne, and the title of the song is... The fox wavers off, looking at the two guys who gave Lauren an enthusiastic applause earlier. Mind's Eye. Oh, change up, I see. What can I say? We like to surprise. Noted. She grabs a nearby pen and writes down the unplanned entry, crossing something else off in the process. No worries. Looks like the Lock Gods are graced us with another consecutive high NG entry. This is song number 3, Mind's Eye. The two guys walk onto the poolside stage, all the unwarranted swagger of a 12-year-old in wheelies. This one isn't currently available, so we're going to jump over. The crowd seems to be a mixed bag. Some cheer and just be polite, others really enjoying the performance. Our hosts don't seem to reveal which side they're on, giving a nod and small clap for the duo while entering the stage. Two pass me by as they get back to their seats. Hard shit, man. Lame. Well, at least they had a good time. That was our third entry, Mind's Eye. I'm glad they didn't kick anything into the pool this time. Yeah, don't leave your drinks on stage next time. Whatever you say, Klutz. He lets the comment hang in the air for a second. We now move on to the fourth entry. Would you like to give us the rundown, Danny? Of course. Song number 4 is titled Come, Dance With Me. Johnny will be graceless with his stage presence again and for the final time tonight. That's our waiting. Johnny gives the audience a wink. Unless he wins. Last time was a fluke. Wayne huffs out, laughing at the idea. The crowd joins in, audibly backing the roast. I'm sure the audience still has good taste. Everyone hollers, sending the shots back to Wayne. He shrugs it off, chuckling at how ridiculous things got. Let's find out if Johnny has what it takes to win his second consecutive contest. This is song number 4. Come, dance with me. The Red Fox selects his song. Before starting it, asks Danny to cue it up for him. As she does so, the lights are turned down. What's going on? Where's Johnny? A spotlight shines on where Johnny should have been, where most of the people singing it stood. The music starts, still with no performer in sight. That performance was enthralling. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. He's got to be another theatre major like Kenny. No way he's not. As the Red Fox steps down towards the tables to get some water, I manage to get his attention. You're pretty entertaining out there. Are you also a theatre major like Kenny? You could say I am. Oh, that I'm acting is one. Yeah, he is. Why must you always ruin the fun? He sighs. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just playing with you, Kenny. Of course, I knew that. Didn't you see me acting dumb there? One step further. And you would have been there. You could have turned around and hit me and I wouldn't have cared. All this time I didn't get anywhere. Okay, now I'm lost. Oh, just an older Worldvision bop, way before our time. Yeah, like 1982 is ancient history. For the contest, it relatively is. You could ask. Hey, you can't quit on us mid-act. Who do you think you are, Bandito? Sorry about that, Kenny, I got to keep things running. I'm actually in the next performance. I hope you all enjoy it. Oh, I'm excited. I don't think I've ever heard you play before. Really? Guess that means I got to him first. To be honest, the three of us haven't heard him perform yet. He waves his hand around, indicating Vic and Selma. What can I say? I was pretty shy freshman year. If we hadn't invited you to play with us last year, then we would still be in touch today. True. Do I need to get Reuben to drag you up here? The Red Fox rolls his eyes, straightening his posture. Your brother doesn't scare me. Come in. I should get going too. I get some every time. What do you do to make them like that? Strict boundaries. Danny's not the only San Marino that's thrown Johnny into that pool. Go on. That's a story for another time. We hear a high-pitched whistle coming from Danny. Ah, damn it. The crowd eventually settles, quieting down and waiting for our host to speak. For our unplanned intermission, we listen to my performance of Come Dance With Me, tonight's fourth entry. We have at least 2 songs to go before we determine our first winner of the school year. So with that, we continue. Our first entry will be performed by Danny and Kenny, and their song is The Curse of Emma Lake, a tragic ballad from the Danes. It's the only performance tonight whose instrumentals will not use the karaoke machine, but rather from Kenny himself. A few of the people give a brief round of applause. The line takes a bow. Without further ado, song number 5, The Curse of Emma Lake, from Kenny and Danny. Danny turns to Kenny, who bears a slight grin and nods. The line begins to play. Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared. I already have trouble falling asleep as it is. And thanks to nightmare fuel. Is anyone else as terrified as me? What are you talking about? It was a great story. Ah, you chicken. Oh, like you weren't given the same 1,000-yard stare as Evan. Oh, it's a deep song, Selma. So I had to think really hard about the meaning of it. Oh, what did you take from it? Caves are scary. I'm sure that actually means something my normal brain can't understand. Bingo. We laugh with Vic as he snaps his fingers. Yeah. You can die in them. What I got from is the man in the song is actually tortured by his own demons bound to his past. All right, Shakespeare. Are there any other authors you know besides? Are you seriously laughing at Vic's comment? Marcus has to physically pull himself together from bursting out. No, Mom. You don't need to call me Mom. Marcus and Vic continue to laugh as I also catch a laughing bug. I guess I'm smart enough to understand your humour. That's the spirit. Oh, sorry, Summer. It was just funny imagining Vic reading. What? I don't mean like that. I just mean fancy literature, like. You don't need to explain yourself. I know what you mean. I have to agree with Vic here. You're digging yourself into a hole, man. Sorry, I tried to make that type of joke. You're fine, Marcus. You weren't trying to offend anyone. Well, that's a problem. I did it without trying. Marcus, could you help me with this school email? School email? Why do you need my help? I'll show you. I quickly walk away, urging him to follow me. So, what's the problem? There is no email. Oh. You're making yourself look bad. No way around it. You don't think that way. What do you mean by that way? You're not speciesist or racist. Well, I stereotype Vic by saying he doesn't read. You meant that in a friendly, joking manner. You're not going around claiming hyenas can't read. You don't seem to believe Vic can't read, do you? Of course not. He's so intelligent. He's way better at math than I am. If anything, I'm the dumb one here. He could probably tutor me in physics. I don't even know if I'll pass that class. Marcus? Yeah? You're trying to deflect the conversation. I'm trying to show I'm not perfect either. That doesn't matter. Kinda. Lord, please help me so I don't botch this advice. You know, Vic can read, and everyone else around you does. Well, I made it sound like he can't read anything serious, like academic stuff. Do you think Vic would be here if he couldn't read at a college level? No. Well, some schools have had admission scandals to get unqualified students in. What are you talking about? Vic's not one of those people involved in that. That's mafia level crap. Vic isn't someone with those ties. Unless you know something I don't. No, he doesn't. Case in point, he worked his way here and has the intelligence to stay. Nothing to worry about there. He even said it was a joke. Now they know for next time. That topic is fair game. Okay then. I still worry they won't have a filter like them. I'm going to ignore that. If anything, you have a better filter than me. You caught yourself. You learned something new. I can hear Johnny starting to speak up in the background, implying the continuation of their contest. We should get back to watching. Just don't beat yourself up too much. As long as you learn from them, you're okay. Sure, let's sit back with Vic and Selma. There we go. We get back over to our chairs and sit down. Johnny finishes talking and hands off the baton to Danny. Thanks, Johnny. Our next and possibly final entry tonight will be performed by our very own Caroline. Most of the people around us cheer when they hear the name. The tan-skinned human rises from a chair briefly to wait for the crowd, then sits back down. should be performing In Time, originally sung in the contest in 1985. Boy, do we love our share of 80s songs. Ain't that the truth? The entry came from Porter's Kale. Despite its poor finish that year, it's still close to many World fans' hearts. Will Caroline be able to do it justice? This is song number 6, In Time. Unlike the previous entries, the crowd applauds again before the song. I guess they really like her here. The petite woman makes her way up to the makeshift stage, accepting the microphone handed to her from Danny. Danny mouths something that sounds like "ready" to Caroline, to which she curtly nods back. The song starts to play from the speakers. What a ride. I can see how everyone loves Caroline. The girl can go from belting out a dramatic line to gently voicing a soft melody with a flip of the switch. Few people stand up to applaud her, while the rest have at least a few emphatic claps to send her way. She takes a slow but fluid bow, then hands the mic back to Danny before heading back to her seat. I guess this is what you call a class act. I bet Kenny would know. Kenny? Yeah? What do you think of that performance? She could use a little more control. Are you serious? Oh, I'm kidding. That was a great performance. She never fails to amuse me. Would you say it was a class act? I guess. I knew it. It's a crime she never made the regional selection. What do you mean? Every year we submit our songs to Amerigo's regional Worldvision board to participate. Like most of us here, she's never been selected. Out of all of us, Johnny's been the only one lucky enough to even make the regionals. It's not like he got that far anyway, she says to us in a softer tone. I heard that. He didn't even make it past the first round. That selection process is brutal. Oh, Danny and I had a pretty good solid song last year that we swore was going to make it. Where the action is. Yeah. Man, we were churning out songs last year like there was no tomorrow. I guess you could say that come from excitement as freshmen. They laugh off the comment, bask in their seemingly good times. It's also part of the reason why we have our club. We come together to submit songs and hopefully make the contest. That sounds fun. Not like you would care. Stupid voices, never letting me down. The auditions are there to help us figure out possible pairings, if any. The main fox trails off. But yeah, if it wasn't for them, I would never have found the sources to submit to. Yeah, we have ties. What kind of ties? One that yous don't need to know. She puts on a phony Italian accent. Some of the founders knew board members and passed those connections down to us. Nothing too elaborate. I was worried I was going to get killed for finding out. Oh, no need to fear. We won't hold you hostage. You just have to listen to our music one of these days. As long as it's not ear-shattering, I think I can do that. Anything in particular? We have this piano ballad we're working on together called Nothing Yet. Oh, that's an interesting title. Sounds a bit counterintuitive. Oh, Kenny plays while I sing. Kinda. We're still figuring out that bit. You have to get creative if your performances make it to the big stage. Don't they have choreographers or something to do that for you? Oh, yeah. But we can still put our creative input in. I mean, we are theatre majors after all. Hey, Danny, you ready to continue? Come in. We should probably sit down now. All right. We both take a seat back at the table next to Marcus and the gang. And that concludes the lineup of prepared songs. We still have room for 2 more entries if anyone wants to volunteer. Keep in mind you're going up against star talent like me and Danny here, so don't expect us jury folk to go easy on you. But still, don't let that intimidate you. We're all here to have fun, so whatever happens, happens. Any volunteers? I don't mind if I do. The hyena swipes the mic from Johnny's hands. Who let this madman on stage? How does he keep doing that to us? The man's 7 feet tall. Hey, Kenny, what's that song with a funny guy in it? Soon, so soon? I want to sing that one. I can see the colour drain from Selma's face, if there was any to begin with. I'm sorry for even mentioning it. I should be the one apologising for not keeping him on a leash. Hey! It's more for your safety than ours. Not by much, though. The lanky canine rolls his eyes and huffs. Yep, the sad part is, this isn't even his music. I'll abstain from asking what his music is like, then. Hey, ignorance is bliss. So, when can I start? Now, I guess? This is song number 7, Soon, So Soon, performed by Vic. A few audience members give some confused complimentary claps before going out of sync and stopping. It's not too late to back out. Vic brushes off the comment, raising his snout up in confidence. It's very tempting to say no, but we should listen to the music, it'll be good. Possibly Vic's the only one whose singing voice I might match. Hit it! The hyena is left hanging for several seconds, pointing a finger gun with his open hand at Danny as the main wolf taps on the remote to find the right song. After what feels like an eternity of purgatory, music starts to play from the speakers. The hyena gives up midway. Oh, come on, that line was stupid. Did he just roast his own lyrics mid-song? Not like he's doing it any justice. And just when I think it can't get any worse, he hums the next few lines, not even attempting to look at the karaoke machine. Finally, he's singing actual words again. This is the part. And now I think I'm deaf. What is he saying? I don't know. The ringing in my ears will not stop. I'm shocked he didn't break any glasses with that note. The burly hyena walks over to the nearest table, places the microphone on it and proceeds to do a T-pose backflip into the pool. Can a singer make you feel physical pain? I didn't think so until tonight. Everyone applauds the performance, I assume mostly out of courtesy. Vic, now soaking wet, approaches us back at the tables. So, what did you think? Oh, get a towel. You're going to get all the equipment wet. I didn't know you were so invested into this. Well, that's Danny's stuff. She's going to kick my ass if any of it breaks. And some of it is mine. You should have invested in some waterproof stuff you're going to do by the pool. Your lack of consideration for consequences is mind-boggling. Hey, I remember to put the mic down first. I'm impressed he didn't jump in with it. I was this close to grabbing my wallet and purchasing a new one. Why would you have to buy it? It would have been Vic's fault. Oh, trust me, he would have to pay me back. What have I done to lose your trust? Should I add foresight to the list? That's the word I was thinking of. Something Vic needs to have more of. Please stop hurting me. Mercy, mercy. He whines as he curls up into a ball on the ground. I need a towel. Yes, please. The hyena rolls back onto the ground. Fine. Reuben goes back inside the house. As he leaves, Vic gets back up, shaking himself off. In front of Marcus. Dude, what the hell? What, you're in the splash zone. I didn't pay for this. Consider it a free show. Lucky bastard. Can I get a refund? Here. He gives Selma a wet high five. She reaches out her hand. Don't make me push you in this time. Oh, no, you wouldn't. Oh, yes, I will. She flinches at Vic, causing him to almost slip. Handle yourself. Don't mess with Selma while wet. Well, if you need any help. The German Shepherd nods to her. Oh, count me in too. If you even attempt to shove me in, Kenken, I'll suplex you into the pool pronto. Worth a shot, I guess. Should I join in on the fun? Yeah, why not? Make that 4 people. Sorry, bud, but you'll have to face the same fate. Who said they won't take you down with me? Says that laws of physics. You can take me down? If you're not using that foresight of yours, then I will. Oh, it's on! The next thing we hear is a mic being tapped from the speakers. May I have your attention, please? Easy there, Slick Shady. The fox shakes his head and huffs out in a short laugh. Everyone starts going back to their seats, except for Vic, who's still air drying himself. Could everyone please take a seat? I still need a towel. Reuben chucks a towel at the hyena. Yeah, how's this? Warm. Now you're a hot mess. Don't make me wake you with this wet towel. Reuben shudders as Vic starts to spin the towel around. Then Vic stops and wraps it around himself, wiping off his torso and walking back to his seat. So, that was so soon performed by Vic. We have one more slot available before we close things out for the contest. Any volunteers? The crowd is silent, looking amongst each other to see who will budge. No one speaks up. Anyone? Going once? Vic interjects, getting the whole group to look at him. What's that one song you hum sometimes, Selma? I don't recall. You said it was on Worldvision a few years back. Something, storm? Eye of the Storm? Oh yeah, that one. The Batavian one. You know that song? The Arctic fox shrinks into a seat a little. Kinda? I heard it over the radio a few times. Come on, you hum that one the most, in your top 5 at least. Dude, I don't sing that often, I don't hum. Your roommate can prove otherwise. He points to himself. Shh. Like your reliable source of evidence. Don't distract from the topic at hand. Want to give it a shot here? Danny interrupts. Selma! 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 Nearly everyone joins in on the chant. She sighs. Only if you ask nicely. Please! Vic gives her his best puppy eyes. All right, don't expect me to be any good. The crowd cheers as she walks up to the stage. I mean, it's all for fun, right? Nope, winning this gets an automatic pass to the Worldvision Song Contest, and the losers must streak all around SV. The crowd falls silent again. I'm kidding. The only prize here is pride. Want another dunk in the pool? Don't mind if I help. Danny, protect me. You brought it upon yourself. This is the 8th and final song, Eye of the Storm, sung by Selma. Our hosts exit the stage and head over the table with a remote control and mics on it. Selma grabs one from them as they find a song. Ready? Selma takes a breath. Not sure if she's letting it sink in or fearing the start of it. Sure. A guitar starts to strum. Selma's shoulders slouch as she waits for the lyrics to come. Vic gives a quick cheer for Selma. Everyone seems entranced as they continue to listen. A big applause erupts from the crowd commending Selma's great performance. Don't think I'll get too much disagreement saying it was a good one. The white vixen makes her way off the stage, handing her mic back to Dan, and she makes her way past the backyard fence into our sitting area. See, I knew you'd do great. It was okay, but nothing too exceptional compared to those other singers. Come on, you did better than me for sure. That's setting the bar really low for me. But like I said, those guys actually train for this kind of stuff. I just winged it. Well, there's nothing to scoff at, though. You seem to have some natural talent for it, at least. Thanks, but I'm not much of a singer. The only thing I ever did was church choir as a kid for like 2 years. I took the first chance I could to get out of it. Did your parents make you do choir? Yeah, I wasn't playing a sport on weekends. I had to do something for the church. Once I realised I could play club sports to get out of it, I rolled with that. I can't imagine being dragged to an old-person building every Sunday. Didn't you have to help out the elderly that one time for your team? Reuben starts to laugh to himself. Oh, don't be started on that. Those old people were so afraid it was going to snap in half by helping them up. Don't forget about the one old gentleman. Mr. Veteran. Was that really his name? No. But all the man told me about were war stories like 3 hours straight. He really got along well with Vic. I tried to start some other tasks, but he kept asking for my assistance non-stop. I kept calling you G.I. Vic and squeezing your biceps. Reuben's dam broke as he burst out laughing. Oregon filed Title IX on that guy. Man had no sense of personal space. I got a bit off topic there. What are we talking about? And my performance. God damn it. Yeah, fabulous out there. Vic does jazz hands, emphasising his point. Soon as Vic was done shaking his hands, we heard Johnny and Danny regrouping everyone back together. And that was our final song for tonight's contest, Eye of the Storm, performed by Selma. Now that all 8 songs have gone, we can finally get into the nitty-gritty part. The voting. Yep, as our Worldvision Club knows, this can be the most exciting yet the most frightening part of the night. Will your song climb up the leaderboard, or stagger out somewhere low? You might even get the dreaded null point. The fox mentions the final bit in French, making the T and S in point silent. But at the very end of the day, it's all fun and games. We get to see the variety of music tastes in our audience. Some better, some worse. So this time I'll ask all of you to take an index card. You'll be selecting your top 3 songs from tonight and giving them the following points. 5 points to your favourite, 3 to your second favourite, and 1 to your third favourite. Remember, no voting for your own song. Some audible dang it's can be heard throughout the crowd. Once you're done, fold your card in half so no one can see who you voted for, and hand that card to Lauren. She'll be our scorekeeper and scrutiny of the night. Few claps are given for her volunteering. She nods in appreciation. She also knows how to work with TV to project our scores. You're all in for a treat tonight. Thanks, Johnny. All I do is hook my computer to the TV and share my screen. Still, we can't do it without you. Carry on, Danny. Once all the scores are in, each person who competed tonight will share their jury vote by telling all of us who they gave their points to. Danny further explained the order of how the scores will be presented, and mentions how the rest of us will have their votes combined into one big popular vote given to each song after the jury votes. The jury is also told to honour their index cards after getting their votes counted, to not mess up their presentation. Sounds like a lot of labour just to prove the best song for the night. But who knows, maybe it'll be fun to watch. And so with that, we'll give 10 minutes to vote, and that all votes must be submitted so we can start the results. In the meanwhile, anyone can use the karaoke machine to do open mic. It'll also be free to use after we conclude the results. We just ask you to be careful with the equipment near the water. Get a few close scares with the electronics. Yeah, sorry. Selma slaps the hyena on the back of the head. So, let the voting begin. The two exit the stage and start handing out index cards to each of us, along with a pencil for each of us. So, what do you think of the songs tonight? Honestly, I thought they were all pretty good. Well, most of them. I have some biases. Oh, that's good to hear. Any songs in particular you liked? Well, I'm kind of stuck. I think everyone here did pretty great. Ah, thanks. Well, not you. Vic grumbles to himself. I still liked it. See, someone here has some taste. Quite a bitter one, if that. Sorry, Selma, nothing against you or anything. Oh, no, I get it. Someone has to deal with this madman. Kenny points to Vic. Some more than others. Reuben joins in the conversation, putting a hand around Vic's shoulder. You people don't know high art. Vic, I work around that kind of stuff. You had to be a lot more eccentric than that to make a profit. Oh, well, they realise my potential. Well, as soon as you take an art elective. I'm sure they need someone to model for them. Why did I say that? Oh, tent master. Shut up, shut up, shut up. I try whacking Marcus on the arm, but end up swinging at the air multiple times. How's everyone doing here? We're still figuring things out. If you're having trouble deciding, I'd like to choose which song is the best climax. Climax? You see, songs are like sex. A good climax can make it that much better. Don't even think about it. I'm sorry. Nothing. Okay then. A few of them snicker. Just want to let you know we have 3 minutes left. You haven't finished voting yet. I'd get on that. Okay, thanks. You all suck. You could have stayed silent. I know it's like commotion. Things die down as we start putting pencil to paper. Man, this is tougher than I thought it would be. It's hard to put 8 different songs like that against each other. So then, who should give 1 point to? Who's my third place? So I think Selma sounds like she did a good job. So let's give Selma 1 point. Who should we give 3 points to? Is the second. This is the really difficult part. There's 2 songs I really liked in this. One, just the whole lyrics, the performance, the music. Another one, music was really good. Lyrics are amazing. And I can't decide which one to give it to, so in time-honoured tradition, I've just rolled a d20 to find out who's going to get the top spot. So 3 points goes to Johnny for Come Dance With Me. And the 5 points to the first place is Danny and Kenny, The Curse of Emma Lake. These are my top 3 votes. Am I sure about this? Yes. Alright, it's settled then. And done. I walk over to Lauren, who quickly reads off my card and checks me off. So I sit back down and realise something. I never got to sing with Marcus. Not like I haven't already embarrassed myself enough. A couple of minutes later, Lauren, Johnny and Danny break up from their huddle and call everyone back from intermission. It doesn't take them too long to get started. And the voting is now closed. Lauren has collected all the votes and verified them, so we are ready to go. Does anyone need a recap of how all this works? A unanimous tied out? No. It's voiced amongst the crowd. Seems like we're ready then. Let's fire up that bad boy. Johnny turns a TV monitor around to the crowd. A big purple scoreboard is shown on screen with all tonight's songs listed on it. Well, this is interesting. I know, right? Since we're revealing the results in the order we sang, I get the honour of kicking things off. Good evening, San Vicente. Here are the points of the Danny jury. Go ahead. Selma, 1 point. I have the Storm, 1 point. Selma, 1 point. Johnny, 3 points. Oh, how kind. Come, dance with me, 3 points. Johnny, 3 points. And finally, Caroline, 5 points. In time, 5 points. Top marks for Caroline. Caroline, 5 points. Thank you. That concludes the votes of the Danny jury. Have a splendid night. And same to you. Based on Danny's votes, our first leader of the night seems to be Caroline, followed by me in second, and followed by Selma in third. Vic turns to Selma, who seems to be distracted by the show itself. See, Selma, someone likes your song. That's only one person, though. Could just be a fluke. Hey, you're doing better than me so far. Again, setting the bar pretty low. He needs to reach it somehow. If I could give you negative points, I would. I'd like to see you try. But we should continue our path to the finish line. Next up we call the Jonathan jury. Good evening, Johnny. Good evening, Danny. Here are the votes of the Jonathan jury. Lauren, 1 point. Now I live, 1 point. Lauren, 1 point. Caroline, 3 points. 3 points to Caroline, who extends her lead. Caroline, 3 points. And last but definitely not least, Danny and Kenny, 5 points. How sweet are you? The Curse of Emma Lake, 5 points. Danny and Kenny, 5 points. That concludes the Jonathan jury voting. Have a wonderful evening. Back at you. And now the hosts are done voting. Don't worry, we didn't mess with the stand-ins. Too badly. But let's move on to the next jury, the Laurenette jury. Good evening, Lauren. Good evening, San Vicente. How's everyone doing over there tonight? Just fine. Great to hear. I'm sure you're more concerned about the voting, is that true? Maybe a little. I won't hold off any longer. Here are the votes of the Laurenette jury. Danny and Johnny, 1 point. Only 1 point? Stand in the Rain, 1 point. Danny and Johnny, 1 point. Selma, 3 points. I have the Storm, 3 points. Selma, 3 points. Vic gives Selma a jab in the arm. Luke my ass. If your song beats mine, I'll kick yours. Now, someone's getting competitive. We turn our attention back to the presentation. And 5 points go to Caroline. In time, 5 points. Caroline, 5 points. Have a good night and best of luck to all our contestants tonight. Thanks, Lauren. Let's take a quick look at our leaderboard now. We're a third of the way done with our jury. Caroline's off to a great start, leading with 13 points. Following that, we have Danny and Kenny in second place with 5 points. And meanwhile, Selma rounds up the third place position with 4 points. Boy, am I lucky to be there. Rigged. Oh, shut up, you. The human sits back down, poo-pooing the host in the process. A little group begins to chat again. Does it normally get this one-sided? Well, sometimes. Depends on how the votes pan out. I've seen times where it looks pretty bad in the beginning, only to be neck and neck by the end. Other times, the opposite. I guess that makes sense. Seems like a crapshoot, doesn't it? Well, pretty much. That's the fun of it. No wonder you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. Well, it's got the randomness of real sport. I mean, a physical competition. God, I'm such a moron. I get you mean, no offence taken. Danny and Johnny continue on commenting on the scoreboard. Sadly, we still have 2 bagels on the board. Vic and Brock and Wayne both have 0 points. Could things turn around here? Unfortunately, not for Brock and Wayne, since they're the next 2 juries. There's still a distant hope. We now head over to the Brockian jury. What's up, Brock? Yeah, I've seen better days. I hope it's not because of the scoreboard. Yeah, I had some issues with my car earlier. This is just salt on the wound. Damn, man, I hope it wasn't too bad of a problem. Yeah, it wasn't. Just a nail in the road that caught my tyre. Didn't take me too long to replace. Where were we? Oh yeah, the voting. Here are the votes of the Brockian jury. Danny and Kenny, 1 point. The curse for Emma Lake, 1 point. Danny and Kenny, 1 point. Carry on, Brock. Cool. Selma, 3 points. The 4 of us briefly applaud for Selma. She gives us a cheeky grin and rolls her eyes. I have the Storm, 3 points. Selma, 3 points. You really seem to like the lakes and storms. Can't help it. It's the northwest part of me. Are you ready for my 5 points? Shoot. Lauren, 5 points. Now I live, 5 points. Lauren, 5 points. This is the first jury not to give any points to our leader. Thanks, I try. Sure you do. That's all I got. Good night, San Vicente. He slouches in his chair and hangs his head down. Good night to you too, Brock. Let's continue on to our halfway mark of the jury. Wayne, good evening. Good evening, Danny. Johnny. Thanks. Anytime. Can we have your votes? No. No? What do you mean, no? Because I threw the paper away. I think we're actually doing this again. Wayne, you knew we were going to share our results. Wayne flicks his hand against his shoulder and an index card appears out of thin air. Kid, go on right here. Here are the votes of the Waynian jury. Danny and Kenny, 1 point. The Curse of Emma Lake, 1 point. Danny and Kenny, 1 point. Caroline, 3 points. 3 points for In Time. Caroline, 3 points. And whom do you send your top marks? And my top marks go to... Lauren. And the 5 points go to Now I Live, Lauren Saint-Pois. And with that, I say adieu. Hank's waiting. So far, things have been pretty one-sided. Caroline leading with 16 points, but not far behind we have Lauren sneaking up on her with 11 points. And to round up the top three, you have a tie between Selma and Danny and Kenny, each with 7 points. We now head to our sixth jury. Kenny, what's up? I'd have expected something a little more formal, but casual Friday, I guess. Indeed, can we have your votes? Sure. First I got Caroline with 1 point. In time, 1 point. Caroline, 1 point. Selma, 3 points. I have the Storm, 3 points. Selma, 3 points. Oh, thanks, Kenny. No problem. And my top mark, the 5 points, go to Danny and Johnny. Stand in the Rain, 5 points. Danny and Johnny, 5 points. That concludes the voting from the Kenyan jury. Thank you and good night. Good night, Kenny. Looks like we're neck and neck ourselves. Oh, may the best man win. Oh, thanks for giving me the dub. Congrats, you played yourself. Scoreboard, scoreboard. A hyena chants back at Kenny. We'll see who's laughing once the results are in. 2/3 of the jury voting may be done, but it's still anyone's race. Even without political coercion. The red fox takes a sip from his glass bottle, containing a reddish-pink liquid. But we must trek on. Our next jury is Caroline. Hello, Caroline. Well, hello, San Vicente. I'm glad to be calling. First of all, I want to thank everyone for the amazing contest tonight. It was so exciting to watch. Why, thank you. It's my pleasure. Anyway, here are my votes. Danny and Johnny, 1 point. Stand in the Rain, 1 point. Danny and Johnny, 1 point. Now, I had a really tough choice between my top two. Both are amazing performances. I can only give one song first and the other second. My 3 points go to Danny and Kenny. The Curse of Amalek, 3 points. Danny and Johnny, 3 points. And let's hear your top marks. Okay. She grins. My 5 points and top marks go to Selma. I have the Storm, 5 points. Selma, 5 points. That is Selma's first 5 points of the night, and enough to give her the co-lead along with Caroline. Thanks, Caroline, and good night. Good night. There's a pause where Danny realises the lull and continues on with the show. We're almost done with the jury voting. We still have to count the popular votes, so nothing is set in stone. I'm going to go up our next jury. From the volleyball team, it's Vic. Hey. Good evening, Vic. Can we have your votes, please? Yeah, sure. I really liked your act, Johnny. Thanks. Which one? Well, you got Pushing in the Pool by Ruben's sister. I gave that one 1 point. Even through the embarrassment, the red fox blushes. Stand in the Rain, 1 point. Danny and Johnny, 1 point. I can't believe he's hitting on the thespian. Thespian? I thought he's American. I had a hard time banging out to that rock song. I gave it 3 points. On the leaderboard they go. A Mind's Eye with 3 points. Brock and Wayne, 3 points. A few of the Worldvision people start clapping, applauding the small feat. And I gave first place to Selma and her song. And the top mark, 5 points, once again goes to Eye of the Storm. Selma, 5 points. And thanks for your votes. No problem. Folks, we finally have a change in leaders. Selma snags the lead currently with 20 points. However, Caroline is close behind with 17 points. And in third place, Lauren is still on track with 11 points. Now we go to our final jury. Hello, Selma. Hey guys, what's up? Do you have your votes ready? For a while now, actually. That's the benefit of going last, I guess you can say. The red fox laughs off the joke while the Arctic fox leaves him with a cold shoulder. As I was saying, I got my votes. Ready when you are. In third place, I have Brock and Wayne. Mind's Eye, 1 point. Brock and Wayne, 1 point. Then I have Caroline in second place. In time, 3 points. Caroline, 3 points. And in first place, I have Danny and Kenny. What? The Curse of Emma Lake, 5 points. Danny and Kenny, 5 points. I thought you liked my song. I liked it ironically. Doesn't mean it's going to give you any points. I should see the real Worldvision Contest. Well, that's all I have. Cheers to that. Selma finishes off the remaining few ounces of a mixed drink from the glass bottle. Thanks, Selma. That concludes the jury portion of our contest. If we were to end things here, we'd have to put out the good old tiebreaker between Selma and Caroline. But we still have the popular vote to help give us some closure. Boy, is this going to be fun. See, I told you things are going to become intense as they go on. You were right about that. We're both in pretty good spots. Lucky people. You subjected yourself to this. That means everyone had to listen to me. You just had to take the mic. He's calling my name. Remind me not to invite Vic over for karaoke. Hey! Don't hand him the aux. Don't hand him the mic. Got it. It's a good thing Vic didn't come over to your booth today. I'd have been fine with it. It'd been the passers-by I'd have been worried for. Could I get everyone's attention again? I know we're having a good time, but we need to wrap things up out here before it gets too late for our neighbours. The crowd's chattering goes down. Good luck, Kenny. Oh, same to you. Lauren hands over a sheet to the main wolf, who sticks it on a clipboard. Oh my. If only I was good at math, I'd know I'd win it by now. In my hand are the popular votes for tonight's songs. We'll start from our last place entry and work our way up the leaderboard. Enough chatter, let's get to the results. Let's do this. We start off with Vic. This is going to be good. A comeback season, I guess. Don't give him any false hope. Vic, you received 0 points. Vic, 0 points. Wow, shit. At least you can wear the infamous badge of 0 points with honour. Yeah, you're right. I'm too good for these amateurs. You were so close. And yet, so far. Yep. Wait until I submit music for the actual contest. Don't you even think about it. What? Think I'll beat you out? I just don't want your feelings to be hurt. Mark my words, I'll appreciate my work. Vic raises his fist in the air. Our commotion dies down as the presenters continue on. Next we have Johnny. Johnny, you received 3 points. Johnny, 3 points. Well, this sucks. He shrugs. You're just bummed you didn't win this time. What can I say? I love to win. And you also know what they say about the previous contest winner. They tend to drop the ball. Okay, now you're just being mean. What comes around goes around. The foxes laugh off the comment with a light-hearted huff. Then they resume the results. Next we have Brock and Wayne. Brock and Wayne, you received 1 point. Brock and Wayne, 1 point. Whoa! The two hooligans protest the poor results. Oh, stop it. We're not mad. Just disappointed. Oh, poor you. Just like earlier, they brush off the remarks, making light of their tragic results. Next we have Danny and Johnny. Danny and Johnny, you received 3 points. Danny and Johnny, 3 points. Yeesh, that ain't looking too good for us. You win some, you lose some. Isn't that what they say? Yeah, but it's not every day you lose despite doing an impressive stunt. Sometimes one man's trash is another man's treasure. Oh, the opposite in this case. But let's not keep our audience waiting. Let's move on to the next highest entry. This marks the halfway point of the voting. Sadly, it seems none of our underdogs have made a comeback. But there's still hope for our remaining 4 entries. Take it away, Danny. Next we have Lauren. Lauren, you received 3 points. Lauren, 3 points. Lauren shrugs off the poor results, giving us a half-hearted smile in the process. Seems like she's indifferent to it. Next we have Danny and Kenny. Danny and Kenny, you received 18 points. Danny and Kenny, 18 points. Kenny fidgets around in his seat, grinning and blushing at the results. Nice work, dude. Oh, thanks. I didn't know you had it in you. Thanks. He's just happy that one of us could win over the voters. No comment. Don't sell yourself short, Selma. You've been doing a pretty solid job of that, too. Oh, thanks. But this isn't about me. Yet. And, my God, let's see if it's meant to be. All right. Is Selma okay? Was there something wrong with what Kenny said? I don't know. Next, we have Caroline. Caroline, you received 8 points. Caroline, 8 points. Caroline shrugs, applauding a valiant effort. The rest of the group is filled with a mix of consolation, applauses, and sighs of disappointment. She seems to handle it well. Looks like it's come down to the 2 of us. I guess so. Oh, this is going to be good. Yeah, I'm excited to see who wins. Let's find out our winner. Will it be Danny and Kenny, or will our dark horse Selma claim victory? We turn back to the hosts. And finally, we find out the results for Selma. Selma, you received 9 points. Selma, 9 points. Selma's score falls just short of victory. The tension in the air seems to visibly vanish, along with the suspense. Dang, that was close. Yeah, came down just a few things. What a shame. Here's something I could have really done to change it. When you put it that way. As Marcus' comments fade away, our hosts announce the final results. It looks like we have a clear winner. Congrats to Danny and Kenny and their song, The Curse of Emma Lake. You don't need to pat yourself on the back like that. I take what I can get. Come on up, Kenny. The lion makes his way to the stage, a bit timid in his steps, not expecting what is happening right now. Still let it sink in, buddy? Oh, I guess I'm still processing it. Yeah, these first wind fields are always the craziest. Yeah. But the competition was also pretty good tonight. Just want to give everyone a hand. Everyone applauds the gesture, clapping for and giving various kudos to each other. He's starting to sound like Marcus. I'll let both of them stay blissfully unaware of that. Still, it's sweet of him to be a good sport. But I should let Danny take the spotlight now. After all, it was her performance. Kenny's about to give Danny a pat on the back when... Hands off! Okay. Someone's a mood killer. Luckily they carry on like nothing happened. Damn, he's got those guys on a leash. Thanks, Kenny. Feels great to win again tonight. Some people in the crowd roll their eyes. I assume she does this a lot. However, this one-of-a-kind performance wouldn't have been possible without Kenny's excellent musical skills. Kenny nods his head, getting a small, albeit genuine, applause. I also want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, making this an awesome party and contest. Sadly, we don't have any prizes or rewards for you two, but you do get the bragging rights of being our first winners of the year. That's true, I'm more than happy to have that. And as always, let's hear the winning song one more time. This is The Curse of Emma Lake, performed by Danny and Kenny. The crowd, along with our other host, gives another round of applause to the duo. They get into position, setting up Kenny's equipment once again for the encore. It takes them a couple of minutes, but they eventually have everything set up. The song gets another warm reception, capping off the night with an intriguing yet ominous tone. Kenny walks back to us as Danny and Johnny conclude the contest, encouraging everyone to either move inside or keep their volume low outside. Nice job out there, champ. Champ? You did win tonight, didn't you? I guess that makes sense. I'm not gonna lie, you're slaying that button thingy. You mean my synth pad? Don't patronise me. How'd you play that thing? Well, it's not as easy as it looks. First I had to pre-install the sounds I wanted for the performance so I could play them tonight. Then I had to time them up to the correct parts of the song and make sure the proper ones would replay if needed. Well, that sounds complicated. No, shit. Well, it takes time. But like anything, once you practice long enough, you'll get the hang of it. That's interesting. How did you multitask like that with the keyboard? I struggled to even do multiple subjects in school. Honestly, the fact you could do that and the keyboard at the same time boggles my mind. Like I said, trial and error. My first few times I tried to do it live ended in a disaster. What happened? Not a good question to ask. I should stand up for the poor kitty. Seems like something left best behind. Hey, bent a fence rail. I'm sorry. I got so angry, screwed up, that he went and kicked in that railing over there. We turn to the west and see one of the fences with some bent back railing. Thank God our landlord's a lazy asshole. Is that why it's never been fixed? Maintenance should have done something by now. Yeah, owners around here don't do much. When they do, oh boy, they're crazy. I'm glad that Evan and I don't have that. Ours is pretty tame. Well, I've also... Kenny, can you show me how your keyboard works? It's nothing too different from a regular keyboard. I really want to see it make those special noises. Could you show me, please? The group goes quiet. Sure, but prepare to be underwhelmed. Okay. Kenny leads me over to his keyboard, which is still on stage. Well, I guess it's technically not on stage anymore now the contest is over. What do you want to know about it? I didn't think this far in advance. Where'd you get all those sounds? Oh, from a music library. Some of the ones I've gotten are from free programs like Studio Band, others I had to buy from existing libraries and domains. Either way, I usually have to swap out sounds and stuff I wanted to play multiple songs completely different from each other. Doesn't that get tiring to do? Oh, it can be. Usually the 60 pads cover everything I need for a concert or a short event like this. If I was trying to play a full album on here in one night, I'd probably have to bring one of my other synth pads with me so I can play everything. Dang. A dang indeed. Kenny starts to grab his keyboard's case, opening it up to put the board away. Can it make different sounds? Yeah, see these knobs on the above the keys? Kenny starts to tamper with one of them. Uh-huh. This one causes one of the channels to be distorted, giving it a slightly rougher sound. He presses one of the keys, which produces a shaky noise, making the tone a bit harder to distinguish. That's pretty neat. You can also press one of the synth pad buttons to make a single sound. He taps the button in the bottom right corner, which plays a sharp violin melody. He can even make a sound loop while he continues playing other parts. Kenny taps a different synth pad button, then hits a stop button. He moves on to play a few notes on the keyboard so the looped sound continues to play. Dang, that's awesome. Kenny laughs to himself. Thanks, it ain't like a regular piano. I had to learn a lot of different things about keyboards to know what I'm doing now. Still, more credit to you for learning. The line starts readjusting the knob he had changed for me, putting it back into its original position. Anything else you want to know? Why does Ruben terrify you guys so much? After putting the board in the case, Kenny freezes, registering the question. I don't mean to make it sound so silly, but it's like he's got an iron grip on you guys. Kenny has to take some time to come up with a clear response, fumbling a few times in the process. It's always been like that around Danny's guy friends. Anything you do can and will be used against you? Exactly. It's always under the guise of protecting his sister. Maybe he's very cautious for his family. Could be. Can't relate to that myself. I'm an only child. You don't know how lucky you are. I'm not sure if I'd say that. I tend to get smothered by my dad. He tries to be buddy-buddy with me, but I think it's kind of weird. Maybe he's trying to show he really cares for you. Oh, beats me. How would you say that about your own parents? Not even I'm that callous towards them. Don't get me wrong, he's pretty cool. He just worries about my future too much. Well, that makes two of us. I have the same problem too. Only child? Oh, Lord, I wished. I have a brother and two sisters. But yeah, my parents are also quite worried about my future. My dad will always find an opportunity to ask me about my job hunt. Well, that sounds annoying. It can be. At this point, I'm just worried about getting through school. If I land something good for me, if I don't, oh well. Same here. Kenny continues putting his equipment away, and I have to stand around, both of us having nothing to say. I'm going to get going then. But first... Oh, thanks for showing me your keyboard. Yeah, no problem. It's fun to share with people. Kenny gets back to putting away his keyboard. I can see his tail slightly wagging as he continues. Once he's done putting it away, he grabs his tail in one hand, keyboard case in the other, and walks back inside. Never seen anyone do that before, let alone a lion. The rest of the party goes on pretty well. Though there aren't as many drinking games, much to Vic's dismay, we still get some beer pong in, taking turns with some of Kenny's friends. After a while, the party starts to fizzle out. Never really got to talk with George or Henry. I'm pretty sure I'll see them again soon. Marcus finishes off his final game of beer pong with Vic, beating me and Selma by a clear margin. Marcus thanks Danny and Ruben for having us over while I stand by his side and nod my head to convey the same message. It takes us 15 minutes to arrive back at our apartment. What do you think about that party contest? Thing. Oh, it was fine, I guess. I could care less for them. If my friends are in it, I'll cheer them on. Why do you ask? Never paid much attention to them. I didn't know we even competed in it until now. The same. I'm about to speak before Marcus gets distracted by his keys. He picks the keychain from out of his pocket and flips to the correct key. Takes him a few rotations, but soon enough he gets to the apartment key and opens the door. We both enter before Marcus closes and locks it. Did you know Kenny was that good at the piano? You mean keyboard? Whatever, dude. Nope, never crossed my mind before. As you can say, it was a pleasant surprise. It sure was. Huh, already? It's an email from Henry. Hey, thanks for volunteering. Everybody helps us make these events happen. You'll be added to the CBVL email group, so you'll be getting league meeting notifications and other announcements from now on. Sorry to drop you into the fire. We managed to snag a tourney date at the end of next month. We got a tournament? No way, it's just so awesome. Normally George helps me keep track of player registration, but if you want I can assign you to it instead. He'd be more than glad to hand you the role. A couple of other responsibilities related to the role, along with some other tasks I need filled, so we can work out the details of next week's practice. Are you up for the task? Henry O'Mara. Anything interesting? Oh Lord, you're not going to believe this. What's up? Henry got us a tournament at the end of October. Got us a tournament? You know he said this school usually hosts one of the tournaments each year? Turns out we're now hosting one at the end of October. Well, that's great. It gets better. Not only am I part of the league's committee thing, but Henry also wants me to manage the registration and possibly more. No way, congrats on that. It's too good to be true. It might actually be. Am I doing too much too soon? I don't know, man. Sounds like a pretty reasonable job to me. What if the registration stuff takes up all my time? Well, you can always hand off to one of the other members. I'm sure Henry will be able to help you out. Can't be as simple as that. He's probably got like 10 different jobs he's running at once, this club. I don't want to be a burden. You can't just do the job without getting some sort of instruction. I'll be able to give you enough training and confidence to do it well. Not worried about not understanding. I'm worried about it consuming my time. I sigh. What if I don't practice enough for the tournament? I don't want to make myself look stupid in my first tournament. Marcus sits in one of the desk chairs, motioning me over to sit in the other one. You're all the skill you need for this stuff. I see some people out there who hardly even played the sport before participating. If you're worried about skill status or any of that BS, I wouldn't worry. Everyone I've seen is there to have a good time. Even the competitive ones still keep things pretty light once it's all over. If anything, it's pretty casual. Everyone is pretty friendly there and just enjoy the experience. What about those final tournaments and the NVVL bid? There's actual stakes in these events. That crap is 1 in a million. Out of every pair that plays in this league, only a single pair gets in. You don't get in? Oh well. You can play in a qualifier if you still want to make the big leagues. Why are you so worried about making it? Why am I? Relevancy. I don't want to be a nobody. Don't want to be a disappointment. Marcus lets a comment hang in the air, trying to fish a response. The only way you could disappoint me is by not trying. True. I know this is too much to ask of you, but can you help me out if I need it? I'll have to time my schedule, of course. I got a busy quarter ahead of me, but I still want to make the most of it with you guys. Not if I can't help you, it isn't because I don't want to. Oh, thanks, Marcus. Any time, dude. This makes 2 of us with a heavy course load. Got my fair share of classes to grind out this fall, so that's why I ask. Well, we'll suffer through it together. Yeah, suffer buddies. Marcus shakes his head so we both laugh. It's good to know we both have a common nemesis. School. But... yeah, I should clock out for the night. Maybe we can do something tomorrow? I can't. Got to catch up on physics. Dang, sounds like a pain. You don't know half of it. I guess I wouldn't. My biggest hurdle is accounting. They sure know how to throw the book at you. I wouldn't be surprised if someone actually threw a book at you in that class. Is it that tough here? Well, I know people here tell me our accounting classes are brutal, but I guess every major has some form of that. Right. Marcus and I get up from our seats and head over towards our bedrooms. Good night, Marcus. Night, Evan. The 2 of us part ways. Marcus takes first dibs on the bathroom while I wait in my bedroom. About half an hour later I get my chance to wash up. I can definitely say that all that karaoke really wore me out. My eyes and body feel like they're about to collapse at any second. Might as well give in to the temptation. To be continued. And there we go. That was the latest from Ocean Avenue. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun recording this one, and I love the music in there. Dirk is definitely more of a Eurovision fan than I am, but I have seen my fair share of contests, and I do enjoy them. So if you have played, please fill out the survey and let Dirk know what you think of it. All that information is great feedback. And his Patreon will be in the description. So say that is it, and you should actually check out his YouTube channel. He's not doing so much at the moment, very sensibly, because he has a lot on his plate. He's not doing as much, but he has a lot of stuff on there. It is absolutely worth watching. Trust me on this one. So I'm not quite sure when the next update is going to be, but I think it'll be a fun one again. And before I round off things, I mentioned Dirk's Patreon. Of course, I have one myself. And as always, thanks to all the patrons. And my top tier patrons are Burnt Toast, Kartek, Cobus Vissa, Besuksu, Dissonance, Sindri Dragawolf, Tiger Cub, Gunnar Muller, Topi, Marcus, Larkuskerton, Bastian, Brandon Bradford, Ida Corval, Anubis Silverwind, Ryan Hall, Samuto, David Taylor, Evan King, and Grizz. Thanks to all of you. And as I record, it's less than a week to go till Christmas. Hope you all got your shopping done. But what that means is I won't be doing a video on Christmas Day, but I'll be doing a short Christmassy thing, releasing 23rd, 24th, depending on your time zones. Just a little extra thing. And then after Christmas, we'll be going back to Backbone. And also, we really have to plan this and talk about what we're doing, but there's going to be a little special thing coming out. Maybe this channel, maybe on someone else's, but we'll get working on that soon. Where's the time going? We need to do it. So yeah, there are a few things coming up before the end of the year. And I'll also be taking time to work out my schedule for January, because right now I have no idea what VNs we're doing. I'll find that out myself and I'll let you guys know. But thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed Ocean Avenue. Until next time, bye for now.